Hey, welcome back to Risk Talk with Siobhan and Siobhan, episode 17. Today we have a special guest again, Lenny. Let's give it
How
up
y'all
for
doing?
Lenny.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm here.
Lenny in the
Two
house.
thumbs up to everybody out there.
That's Siobhan's good friend.
Yeah. Got it.
Let me
Long
finish.
time in.
Am I opening or you opening?
Go ahead, my
Let
man.
me open.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Do
so
your
today
thing.
we're going to
I don't
do
want no
a little
problem.
recap. Fucking up my shine and shit. Today we're going to do a little recap of some of the episodes that we had previously because we didn't have any male figures on our episodes. We only had 3 male figures, and some people think that we are men bashing, or some people think that we're not getting enough opinions from men. So today he was kind enough to come out to give his opinion on some of our previous topics based on how he feels about the situation, and he's going to give his opinion about some of our new topics that we have going on today. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
I'm great.
You comfortable?
I'm comfortable. Absolutely.
nervous?
Y'all was scared of me. Y'all ran from me.
We did
Don't
not.
make that face.
We did not.
They were
run
scared
from
of me.
you.
I'm here now.
All right, I'm happy
I got
to
it,
hear. I'm
fellas.
happy
I'ma
you're here.
hold
I'm
this
happy
down.
you're
You
here.
almost down.
I'ma
I guess
hold
he
us
got
down.
y'all, fellas.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold y'all down.
Yeah, he's speaking for all of y'all now.
Right.
So don't be mad.
Yeah, I got y'all.
But we don't men bash. Do you think we
I
men
don't
bash?
think y'all been. I think y'all challenge men, which is good for sometimes, and I think that the challenge is good.
Yeah,
And
men
I'm
need
here.
challenge. Men
Right?
love challenge
and I'm
anyway.
gonna challenge back. All right, y'all.
All right.
Right.
So first thing, well, I want to go back to where we talked about the process, where when you find out that your mate or your spouse cheated on you, right? So what would it take now? You don't have to give no personal opinion. We just want to hear a man's perspective. What do you take on when a woman finds out that her mate cheated on her? Like, do you feel like what does it take for her to get the trust back from her man? Like, what would it take?
I think if a woman finds out that a man's cheating and she's willing to take him back, the big part of that is just the time of her healing and accompanied with him showing that he's going to be trustworthy again. You know, so
Right.
whatever things that she noticed or things that she's complaining about when it comes to the trust, he then has to start fixing those things, you know, addressing them, and then overtly addressing them. Like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, so she can see it. Because when you hurt, it's a lot of times you only see what you want to see,
Right.
right? And so it's important to name it, address, and name the things that you're addressing, so she can see the effort. Because sometimes you'll be running, trying to do things to kind of fix the situation, and you feel like you're doing things, but you're not really addressing the things that's really bothering you.
That's a good thing. I'm glad you mentioned that because a lot of men don't realize that. You have to address it, make it aware for your mate to.
He got 1 point for you guys.
You got
That's
one
it.
point. We need like a thing. All right, Lenny. But do you think there's a time stamp on that? Like, should it be an X amount of time? Because women don't realize, like when I'm talking for all women.
Yes.
Right? So when you find out your mate cheated on you, it's like, it takes time to heal, but you like run them through the mud. Like, you just treat them like shit because you just angry.
You're hurt.
And we don't really put a time on it, but it may take a while, and some men don't understand that. Do you agree with that?
Well, it's definitely going to take a while. I don't know. Everybody has their own cycle. I think if a man is willing to stay with a woman after he's cheated and he knows he's going to go through the ringer, he has to understand that that's going to be a process that potentially doesn't have a short time span.
Right.
It could be a year. It could be a year and a half. Like, I know a friend of mine, he had a bad situation with his wife, and it took like 2.5 years for her to actually get over it. But he was willing to stick with it also, you know, like.
It's a strong individual.
Going through the process. I mean, they had a lot of time, man. When you got like 15 years in,
Wow.
the 2 years is not really a lot of time when you consider now that they 17, 18 years in. 2 years was a struggle.
Right.
Right? But the woman has to also understand that she has to then go through the process of trying to heal herself. You know, because it's only but so much a man can do. The other end of it is the work that the woman has to do to kind of like, all right, I have to get to a place where I'm going to trust. All right, he's done these things. He's kind of like checked off most of my boxes. He's not perfect, so he's not going to check off every box. Right. He's checked off most of my boxes. Now I have to do some of the work, because we can't do that piece for you.
So you feel that, all right, she has to be aware that he's making effort
Right.
and also participating in it to make it work.
Because it's going to be a two-way street. It's not his sole responsibility to make her trust him. She then has to be willing to trust, right? So I'm going to the club. I'm going out with Mike and Joe, right? She can't be thinking 4 years down the line, well, call me when you get there. You know what I mean?
Because we will do that.
Return my text.
Right.
Right? If I call you, pick up the phone. Babe, I'm gonna be in the club.
Things have to be transparent
Right.
until you get to that point.
Right.
So you might have to text when you get there.
Right.
You might have to call. For some individuals, not everyone.
I'm not knocking it.
But sometimes you have to
knocking
be
it.
transparent.
No.
You have to.
Okay, if you did something on January, hypothetically speaking, in March you're going to the club, yeah, you may have to call me.
I respect it. Go ahead.
Okay, because that's just like really soon.
It's fresh. It's still
That's
early.
3 months. That's
So
fresh.
January, here it is, November 24th, you're going out for Thanksgiving to a black tie fair. You're not gonna have to text me, but I may be like, but you've been doing so great and
Right.
so well throughout those months that I may just say, you know what, I'll just give him a shot. Because
Right.
at the end of the day, I'm a firm believer. If that's what you're gonna do, you're gonna do it. Regardless.
Right.
Regardless if you made the attempt to make all the changes in the world just to make me happy. In the back of your mind, you'll be like, all right, I can satisfy her in this, but you know I'm still gonna cheat.
Right.
This time I'm gonna do it a little different.
Right.
This time I'm not gonna get caught.
Right.
This time I'm gonna have another phone. This time I may leave the phone in the trunk. This time I may say my man left the phone.
You know all the tricks. huh?
Yes.
Wow.
We've
How?
heard all of
Yes.
them.
Wow.
'Cause we heard I've been
I
in a-
mean, you heard all of them. Huh?
I've been in a 20-year relationship, so I've seen it all, I've heard it all, and the shit after a while in the
Seen
relationship,
it all, heard it all, and
Done it all.
Oh, okay.
been through it all.
Now I went through situations when the guy was like, "I'm gonna change my number, or I'm not gonna go out at all." I'm like, "Nigga, so you never gonna leave the motherfucking house?" Like, I don't think that's
No.
gonna work.
I think those are two good points. The time frame,
It's just like,
like
oof.
2 months. You know, he's still doing some work, but 8, 10, 12, 18 months down the line, that's the place where the woman has to start doing some of the work also,
Yes.
right?
Of course.
I think a point that you touched on is a man being realistic,
Right.
right? Don't become a brand new person that you can't maintain.
Yes.
Because the facade is gonna
Right.
go.
Like
we need you
you
on
you can't
all the
even-
shows
Right.
now. He's in.
That representative ain't gonna last
Right.
with us so
Yeah,
long.
you got to be able to maintain
Right,
the person.
yes.
So if I'm a person that goes out all the time, or as a person that like women hate when a dude get fresh and go out the door, right?
You be sitting there mad like, this
Yeah.
nigga.
Where
hell.
you going?
You know?
Why you putting your chain on? Yeah.
So you putting on Creed tonight? Right. No YSL, right? Okay, cool.
Right? So you
going out
can't
to the
start
world.
dressing bummy all of a sudden.
Right.
And then 8 months later, you got an outfit, a couple packages coming in because you want to go out. Now you acting brand new. Yeah, you can't. You got to be consistent. The woman has to recognize that, and the man has to recognize that.
Right.
Like I have to be me in moderation. I cannot be me. I can't be a whole new person. Right?
Right.
Because Poindexter is not going to work.
No,
Poindexter
it's
didn't
not.
get your attention in the first place.
Right.
So yeah.
No, that was good.
Right. 2 more points for you, Lenny.
But no, this process is serious because during this process, there's going to be a lot of situations where arguments, for sake, they come up and it's just like, it was you did this and da 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 da. You got to be able to take that. And it's hard for men to take that. And it's hard for men to even take the accountability to say, you know what, she right. Because the fire back at them is like, she keep bringing this shit up, but not realizing she got a point. Like how it's hard for couples to like get past that. Like, what do you think? Like,
So I'm going to challenge you now, right? So if you recognizing like these things that are women are doing these things, you fucked up, you get on my nerves, all these things. A couple of months into the process, what is the woman going to start doing now to recognize that she's doing that and say, I made the decision to be with this person.
right.
He's doing X, Y, and Z to try to make me. Now, when are you going to start recognizing his work and saying, that's not the thing I should be saying right now?
Some women like to drag it through the mud for a long period of time, and I think that may not be good because now I'm pushing you away. because you don't want to hear that no more. Because you're doing all that you need to do throughout the months to make this relationship work and to bring this relationship back to where it was at in the beginning. And all I hear is womp, 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 womp. Yes, I love you, but now you're pushing me further and further away. So although you think that he's changing through the process, I cheat again with somebody else. Now,
Right. But
She pushed him out there again.
now it ain't with Lisa, it's with Raina now.
The thing is, when you're doing that, oh, you fucked up, I can't trust you. When you're doing that, those are your authentic feelings, right?
Which is fine.
Your feelings aren't fake. What are you going to do to subdue those feelings?
No, sometimes you got to take them feelings and tuck them motherfuckers.
No, I don't want to take my feelings and tuck them, but you know what?
With the nagging, that's feelings. Nagging is feelings.
I don't want to nag with you. I just
yourself.
I want to communicate more with you to tell you that I'm not over what you did to me, and I'm really hurt by the situation. So I think that we should be able to have a talk like this without the yelling and the screaming.
But some people can't.
This is what I feel. This is how I want to talk to you. Like, the shit hurt.
Right.
It hurt me to my soul.
Right.
And you may not never know how I may feel because you may not never been hurt by me. So I may have to do a comparison. Like, remember when your grandmother died? That hurt. That's how I felt. Like I lost something inside of me when you cheated on me.
Right.
So if you can't understand it from me, understand when your grandmother died. I have to compare shit to death sometimes. I've done that.
Right.
I don't know what it feels like. When your grandmother died, nigga, that's what it felt like. When she died and you was that's what it feel like when you step out on me. It's like I feel empty. Like you feel empty, like you can't sleep. I can't sleep. You got butterflies? I got butterflies. You tossing and turn? I'm tossing and turning. So I had to compare cheating one time to death. I'm like, this nigga retarded. He not getting it. He not getting it.
Right.
Once you gotta compare a cheating situation to death, it's over. It's over.
A lot of dudes know what that feeling feel like. They just it's just that whole it's a macho thing that they don't want to own up to.
Right.
Because when like
accountability,
men, we're not supposed to show vulnerability. When
And
we're
that's
supposed
the
to be
thing.
leading.
It's okay,
To
especially
cry.
to cry
Like a
and
little
to
tear.
show it when
Stop
it comes to your mate.
Stop it.
Yes.
Don't be
Stop it.
you cheated.
Stop it.
You got snot nose and shit.
Stop it.
Lenny,
Stop it.
calm down, Lenny. I'm coming home. Ma'am, I gotta go home. My husband's not well.
Stop it.
All right, enough about the process. We touched upon child support. And we received a comment from one of our viewers asking that they want the mothers to provide an income statement about what was spent on the child. Do you agree with that?
I don't understand what the problem is with that.
What?
With the problem with the statement?
Yeah, with the statement. If a person is giving up, I'm gonna take that back. If a person is paying child support, because when you're supporting your kid, you're supporting your kid. It's not you giving anything. You're doing what you can to support your kid. When a person is supporting a child and they're paying $400 or $500 and
That's still not enough.
I'm not saying it's enough.
But I'm listening.
I'm not saying it's enough. I'm saying if they're giving $400 or $500 in child support, right, and then the mother's like, well, that's not enough. I need X, Y, and Z.
Okay.
Right? Why can't he know how the money is being used?
So you want to break down income statement of where all the money went, opposed to just saying,
I don't necessarily all the money. If I'm giving you $500 a month and 6 months down the line, you're telling me you need an extra $500. Now you need a total of $1,000 because little Johnny's and some other shit that you can't even pronounce and shit. And you be saying, and you be like,
or basketball camp,
whatever it is.
Costs.
So at that point, he may feel
what's going on.
You trying to get over.
You could go ahead and pay the shit. Go to the center and pay the shit.
And when he asks
you asking for more child support.
But if he feel that he doesn't trust me or believe what I'm saying, that I need extra amount, then you can go there and pay for it. I think it's insulting for a man to ask the mother, let me get a breakdown of what you spent with my money.
What's disrespectful about it?
It's insulting for you because you're a good mother. There's a difference. It's not insulting for a mother that's a piece of shit.
So it's different.
Yeah, it's a difference.
I mean, because I got receipts. I can show you receipts.
I don't have any receipts.
I do.
Just let you know.
I got the receipts now.
I have your receipts.
I give you the breakdown.
I
send you the goddamn Carnet bill if you want, because that's contributing to that as well.
100%, but here's the
but
point.
some people don't know that. Men don't know that.
You can have a 1-bedroom instead of 2-bedroom. Those things, I understand that.
So I have to minimize my household.
We didn't say anything.
Oh.
We talking about the breakdown. Don't change the subject.
Okay.
Move all your brownies.
You see, she's trying to change the subject.
Let me move over.
I told y'all I got us, man. She tried to change the subject on us, man. She said, should you get a breakdown? Now, if he's doing this and you're asking for a certain amount of money, if you're talking about $100
But let's just say
more,
I'm not asking for extra money. I'm just saying, this is what you give me, court order.
right.
Why do I have to give you a breakdown? Because I already gave the breakdown to the judge. You have to, you give a list and itemizing everything that you spend in your household and for that kid to the judge.
Well, then that's already signed, sealed, and delivered then.
Yeah, but that's what any court. But this guy he feels that women should provide this breakdown to them.
Maybe it's the mother that he's involved with and the situation that he's involved with.
Right.
Because if I'm providing you $400 to $500 a month and I'm seeing my child every other weekend, and men have to remember that because you see your child every other weekend, it's 30 days in a month, 31 days,
And you
sometimes
got
28
4 days out of the month.
That's 4 days out the month you see your child. Let's be clear. But if the 4 days you do see your child, they got dirty t-shirts on, dirty socks, they're not looking well kept, and you're like, well, I'm
Then
giving
that's
you all this
different.
money. What
Right.
are you doing with my money?
You know, some women put the dirty t-shirts on them on purpose and send them so
Yeah,
they can
they
get
do.
brand new outfits.
I'm not doing dirty anything.
I'm not saying you are.
I'm just saying,
we're
that's
talking
just
we're
nasty.
talking about a particular. We're talking
People
about
do
a particular
it.
parent.
People do
Right.
it, and I'm not saying that they don't. So I can understand where the men come into play and be like, I don't trust her. But you on the you know,
the girl.
you
be
know,
schooling me.
We talking about a particular mother.
I'm gonna take offense if my kid's father asks me for a breakdown, nigga. Are you kidding me?
But
I'm gonna take offense if he asks for that. You know why? Because
I will too. Me too.
I go above and beyond for my kids, and I don't have to explain anything to you. Right? You better have that money. That's it. I'm not doing it because you know the type of woman that you lay down with. You know what you're dealing with before
Exactly.
you deal with the person.
Right.
But y'all thing is y'all want to feel everything. I want to feel it, and then you had a baby, be like, oh, I fucked up. No, you want to feel it. That one night you felt it, and now you talking about you fucked up.
You said you want to feel it.
Y'all do me want to feel it.
Yes, they want to feel it.
Just one pump.
No, she crazy, but I won't feel it.
Yeah.
No, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, that's.
But you want to do with a crazy
And then
ass.
she called you on my later like, yo, I miss my period. You be like, click. And now she done had the baby, and now you're like, she trying to come after me. No, but you wanted to feel it then.
Right.
You don't want to feel it no
She
more, right?
wanted to feel it too, though.
Yeah.
Now we got to fill those pockets.
Yeah, she right. And now you gotta fill this list. Now you gotta fill this list.
Oh, God.
Exhibit A.
Right.
But you know, it's really hard with child support and men. It's just the hardest thing.
Like us going back to the original question, I think that the person that asked the question probably is dealing with a certain situation that's unique. It doesn't really cater to how you guys parent, right? And so he's probably like, yo, like she got this bag. She might not be working a good
Probably,
job.
yeah. How she spending my money.
She's still living with her mother. What we doing with this money? You know, she's in the projects. Her rent $150 a month.
I wish.
Like, what are we doing? You know, like those situations are a little bit different. And then she's getting, that she's not getting, but he's paying a certain amount of money in child support, right? And he's like, yo, like, what's going on?
Because you have really good dads that, I know somebody that can't even live on his own because his check is going to child support.
Right. Yeah, but he was wild.
Because he is the breadwinner.
Yeah,
So if you're the breadwinner and you have twins, and and twins,
and that's nasty.
and you have a good job, a good job,
They chopping that shit.
he pays
They
$1,800 a
check.
month.
Oh, that's
And
nasty.
they were married, so he pays spousal support too.
Oh, that's nasty.
So where can he
On
live?
top of the 18.
Where can he live?
Poor him.
That's
Where can he
nasty.
live?
Poor him.
He said, I had to go back to my mother's. I'm being honest with you. He said, I'm waiting for them to turn 18.
How old are the kids?
I think they like 14, 15. He is waiting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so he
He got a little bit of time.
A
yeah.
little bit of
Yeah.
time. Just imagine if they were 10.
Just the fact that they're twins, the fact that the amount of money he has to pay, the fact that he has to do the spousal support, the fact that he has an excellent job, but he had to go back to his mother's house because he cannot afford to live on his own.
See, I
because
might have
number
to go
one,
back with her.
she's on disability. She don't work.
What you just
I
said?
might have to go back with her.
You gotta go back with us.
I might have to go back with her.
People do that. People do that. It's cheaper to keep her. That's when the terms
have to go back
come
with her.
cheaper to keep her.
That's crazy. That's
go
not
with-
happy. It's why would you
Why
go
would you go back with her?
I mean, you talking about you gotta live with your mother.
Yeah,
Y'all live with my mother?
your mother.
Nah.
Lenny,
So
you got your socks off the floor, right? Put that bitch in the room. What time that lady bringing them kids over again? Take the hog mug out the refrigerator, the chitlins, and put that on the stove.
Or I gotta go to war and try to get custody of the kids. We're gonna have to go to war.
But in order for you to get custody of your kids, you have to show that she's an unfit mother.
Right.
And she's
And
she's not an unfit mother. So how
That's
do you
not
think
that
that you're just
easy.
gonna go in the courtroom and say, "Give me my kids," because you don't want to pay
She
that
had
amount
to
of
be
money?
strung out on drugs
We have to figure something out, man. We have to put
for you to
something in the
take
drink,
them
something.
kids back.
Something in the drink. Now you talking about Ray Caruso.
Yo, some $1,800 a month is crazy,
Yes.
yo.
And that's
it's
just only child
it's
support.
$1,800, and then you got to live with your mother. You can't even afford your bills.
He can't.
No.
I mean, in New York, it's tough.
Yeah.
You can't find a place
can't
to stay.
survive.
That's tough. And then his income puts him out of certain places that he can live. It's not
Right.
about what
He's
you
no
bring
he's
him.
no longer in an affordable
yeah,
bracket
that's
and
tough.
stuff like that. He's well over 100
Yeah.
grand.
I had a friend of mine. So he's a lawyer. His son's mother's a lawyer, and she wanted to put the son, and it's like $35,000 a year.
Like a
elementary
specialized
school.
school?
Elementary.
Yeah,
Okay,
elementary,
gosh.
yeah, elementary school, and they were like arguing over this. He's like, "Look, like I'm from the hood, you from the hood. We both went to college, graduated. We both went to law school. This is not necessary. This is something that you just want." Going back and forth. So he's like, "You know what?" He went down to child support. Like,
No,
we
he
just-
did.
Yeah, that's it. He went down to child support. He's like, "Yo, we just gonna figure this out through the courts because all we're gonna do is keep arguing over the money."
Yes.
Ah.
Right? So instead of just arguing over the money, we'll just let this be figured out in the courts, and then so we don't have to argue about the money no more. Now it's, what you gonna do for the birthday parties? That's different than $35,000 schools.
Right.
Elementary. What happens when he gets to high school and
Yeah,
college?
high school and college, man.
I'm not gonna be paying for school for the rest of my life.
We in the process of preparing for college.
Yeah.
You think I want to pay that now?
Right.
That's a lot of money.
Some parents feel that they need to pay
Shit.
from pre-K, middle school, junior high school, then college.
You miss elementary.
I forgot. Middle
Yeah.
school. Well, my
Middle-
son middle school is elementary for him.
Oh,
I'm
it
sorry.
is?
Yeah, 5th
Oh.
through 8th.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Well, elementary is from.
Well, whatever.
Two
All
to-
them schools,
Yeah.
two
and
to
then
four.
they drop out.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
I'll pay for high school if I feel fit. Yes. And my job is to pay for college if I feel fit. But all through the years through school, you better be doing something.
Yeah, we're not paying for college.
I'm gonna need your head to work extra smart
I'm not
to do
paying for
something
I'm not
because
paying
I'm not paying for nothing.
Yeah, I'm not paying for college neither. They're gonna have to figure that out.
So you're gonna be like your mama CUNY at its best.
That's a CUNY baby right there. Shit.
You know, because
CUNY
I'm just
baby.
like you invest a lot in your kids because you want the best
CUNY
for
or
them.
SUNY?
Right.
Fuck.
But goddamn, 35 elementary.
Yeah, 35 elementary. So that,
He better be the fucking president.
yeah.
He better rule the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
He better be thinking of a plan right now.
He was
How he
straight
gonna
up
rule
like.
King Zamunda.
But the funny thing is that when he went there, they was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna put myself on child support." So then he obviously had his son's mother's name. He had his son's name. So then they're used to people with the mother coming in.
Right.
So he had to come back with an appointment so they could figure out how to do it. They had to get her to come in and do like they didn't even know what to do with
Did
him.
it work in either?
Oh my
did
gosh.
it work in their favor where they just came to an agreement and they just said, you know what?
No, I think he's got child support. I think he's paying child support.
But that's automatic.
Yeah,
And men
yeah.
don't realize that. When
Yeah.
you take the mom to court, you're going to end
Yeah.
up paying.
Yeah, but I mean,
regardless
if they income match each other's, then he's not paying for so much.
Yeah, I don't know what.
That's what I'm saying. If you make $50,000 and I make $50,000, they're not gonna take my whole check and give it to you. We make the same amount of money,
But it's a set percentage, though.
so it's just like they're not gonna take all.
They only take
your money.
17% of your income
So that's
for
it.
one kid, per kid.
I need that 17.
That's not even a dip in the check.
Man, I need that though. I don't care what it is.
What's the next question, Siobhan? I'm done.
That's
I'm
17.
Oh
done.
my God. I think the next one was finances.
Oh,
Do you think couples' finances should be together or separate? I don't know. I want my shit separate. Even if I'm married, I'm not filing together with you. I'm filing separate. And that's what it is.
I'm going ahead and go ahead separate. And I say that to say we can have a joint account together. That's fine. But I also need my separate account. Just in case you mess up that account, I need to be the backbone in this household to know that we got some extra money. Because men tend to fuck up shit sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there should be your separate account, your own account, an account for the house for bills or whatever goals you guys are working on.
Yes.
And then he has his own account, too.
And vice versa for you men, too, which is fine.
That's
but
how I feel.
if you do have your own account, separate account, I do need the card and the PIN number.
And if you're a fucking gambler, you have no access. Just let the shit come direct deposit.
I'm not laughing.
Hold on, I'm gonna get.
Laughing.
She need to pay.
And I need to be the beneficiary on all your accounts.
So what about your account?
I'm good. You can trust me.
What, do I get the card and the
trust
pin and
me,
all
but I
that?
can't trust you.
You could listen.
Do I get the card and the pin to your side account?
You can listen.
Yes or no?
I can cash out.
Wait, so you want the pin
dealing with
Wait,
it?
you want the
Just want
pin
the card and the
to his personal account?
Yes,
Not the joint one.
both.
BOFF.
I'm dead serious.
Oh no.
I'm dead serious.
That's unfair.
It's not unfair. Life is
Are you
unfair.
are
It's
you
just
giving
life.
your shit up?
Listen,
I told you.
listen. Let me explain to you why, in the long run, this will work. I'm not saying that my spouse may cheat, but in the event that he cheat, you see this thousands of dollars you got on this card? Say a little side chick, thank you. That's gonna be part of my process. Yep. Okay. So with that being said, you don't need mine because I'm not gonna cheat. I'm never gonna cheat, so you don't never have to worry about that.
You don't know that.
I'm telling you, I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to write it in the Bible. I'm not going to cheat. Fold the Bible up. We good. So I'm going to need your PIN number. I need to be the beneficiary on all your accounts. And also, of course, you got to have life insurance on them.
Oh yeah, that's a definite. Yeah.
Boyfriend, husband,
Boyfriend, I
whoever.
don't give a fuck. You ain't gotta be married. Life insurance is important.
And even if we break up, the life insurance will still reoccur. No. Don't stop that, baby. Keep taking it out.
Right.
I be coming with the veil, like.
Y'all play hard.
This nigga dead.
Niggas don't know that I got life insurance on them.
Because men don't know.
And die if you want to.
You know what it is? You could come home and be like, babe, sign right here. He'd be like this. Okay. And you'd be like, he signed it. Good. I'm going. Y'all don't pay attention.
Nope.
Right, I'm not doing that.
See, y'all don't pay attention. If I say, babe, sign right here, you're going to be like this. Okay. What's this for? Oh, don't worry about it. Something else. We got mailed up. And then, you know it. I got life insurance on you. Don't even know it. Nigga said,
Just take care of my kids. That's all.
don't even worry about it.
Just take care of my kids. That's all.
That's not even an issue. All you want to know is like this. When you're going to be looking down for heaven, like, so what she did do? That's what the fuck she was doing.
Just take care
Because
of
you
my
know
kids.
God's going to give you a recap of your life where you fucked up at. When you signed right here, she did. She licked it, melted all off. Yeah, you get a recap of where you fucked up in your life and shit.
So what's your thoughts on that?
The life insurance.
No, just finance, period.
Right.
To
So I think-
combine or separate?
I think if you're in a relationship, you should have a goal period a goal together.
Yes.
Right.
Right. Your goals together, and then your you should be aware of your individual goals so you can hold each other accountable.
Right.
Right. Because that's what you're supposed to be doing when you're together. Your accountability partners and everything. So your joint account should you should pay your bills through your joint account, and then you should have a savings account together.
All right, so that's 4 accounts total.
Right. Women have like 9 accounts. I learned that from my mother a long time ago.
Yeah,
I'm an
I
only
got
child.
like
and they
3.
go paperless.
Yeah.
I got 3 accounts.
Yeah.
One is for bills,
She
one
not
is for
tell-
savings,
she
one
not
is for
saying that on
kids.
camera. She got mad accounts. Get out of here. I know. So yeah. So
Mine's is G14 classified, so I'm not too sure who's watching. I don't know.
Accounts.
I'm gonna
Right.
use this shit in court.
Right.
She said, I mean, like, no, it was only for the show.
That was years ago. Oh my.
She said G14 classified. I just caught that. My bad. Yeah. So I think that's how I feel. I feel like you should have a joint account where you do your bills through. You should save money there. I think that if I'm trying to, I think that we should work together on what the goal looks like for us to save our
Right.
bills, save money individually. And I think that you should be accountable, hold each other accountable. Let me see the statement for what you did so far every 6 months. If you miss that, you know what I mean? It's you gonna feel a certain way. A certain person should feel a certain type of way if they're not.
I'm all right with showing the statement at that point.
That's fine. And before
That's
we wrap
fine.
it up, would you feel more comfortable if the woman handles the bill, or would you feel
I
more
don't pay
comfortable?
bills on time. She
Okay, so that's you. That's fine.
Yeah, she pays the bill.
Okay, cool.
I
That's
pay
fair.
my car note is my bill. My cell phone is my bill.
So the bill,
but the
that
joint
comes,
bill,
so
the mortgage, all that stuff.
She's responsible for that.
She's
You
responsible.
depend on her to do everything because you know she's gonna just do it.
She gonna do it on time.
Bingo.
Right.
Okay.
My phone bill always late.
Okay, that's fair. That's honesty. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Some people in
I have a girlfriend that she's the opposite. She pays nothing. Her husband does everything. She was like, girl, I don't know what that's going on. He pays that. I'm paying the money. And the money goes in the account. He pays all the bills, and that's just what it is. And then I'll be like, babe, I'm going to take a certain amount of money out. He looks into the account and tell me, yeah, and it's okay. I said,
But if you, but here's the thing, though, it can, like,
it's just like that. It's just the opposite because I'm so used to the woman just doing everything. Whereas she'd be like, oh, my husband got that. I don't know.
Yeah.
How much is your bill? I don't know. Because he calls my check nickels, pennies.
Oh,
So
really?
he'd be like, oh, your check is nickels.
Okay.
And she'd be like, well,
All right.
then whatever goes in the account, you do. She don't do nothing. Nothing.
Nice.
She know who she is, but she watched all the way to the end. That's my boo.
Okay. Nice. Must be nice.
I know that's
Well,
right.
Thank you. I
told
want to
y'all.
thank Lenny for coming out, showing us some love.
Yes.
It's been real. And we catch us next time. We out.
Yes, we'll have Lenny back again.
this was fast.
He was dope.